CalazCon is a show about war, obsession, colonialist occupation, and the many forms of violence those inflict. See the description for content warnings specific to this episode.
If we want to protect people, we have to bloody their nose. We can't just want a sandwich shop to stay safe.
Infiltrate the giant RV and arm its manual self-destruct system. Make your retirements look legitimate.
There are several of these drones in this hallway. 2 of them are fighting Zach Richardson.
Okay, enough of this. I shoot him.
And ripping out the wall here is Artemis Mayflower. Her intention is to go after Hex.
Oh boy.
Shrug. Don't be a colonizer. Do we want an entourage through these maintenance tunnels? Because I'm using my tactical genius to say that I had some of my future team already placed amongst this crew, and they have vehicles. So I am going to pull out Alpha Team again, and this time their typing is Rovers. I'm just gonna have them handle this person, because I don't... Hex in their head is like, I don't remember this person. I don't even know who this is. I remember Leo, and they had it coming. I don't know who this is. 3 of the, mechs that were, going through the maintenance tunnel, come flying forward and are just going to, push Mayflower and hers just out of the tunnel, and they're gonna have a fight in the air.
Well, it won't be in the air. You're still inside when you break through the wall of this tunnel.
This is the first move they're gonna try and make, is the thing. Okay.
That is a 2.
Oh my god! Come on!
Okay. Well, that one's quick. Your team's gonna take 2 levels of harm. Yeah, she's just kind of tearing these lighter Avies apart. They're unfortunately not fully up to the task of matching CalazClash's star athlete Coliseum gladiator mech pilot.
Also, where they're dismounted, so their mechs are just made of cosplay foam.
Rival move 1. Everybody except Dani gonna take level 1 harm, as Zach has managed to get the drones to attack each of you, except for Dani. So whoever's going to resist that, you'll all...
Basil, we should just mark armor.
You'll all need to resist individually.
Yeah, I'll mark armor.
I'll take it and remove a stress.
The way that this works is that when Basil goes heavy, Basil goes fucking heavy, and just a shot just bang, and it's gets up. The armor is slightly dented. Basil's tack vest is there's a divot, but there's no other change.
Mm-hmm. Rex's armor has been marked now too. He had pulled a little shield off the side of his backpack and was trying to take as many blows as possible before it broke.
I like this pack Rex. What's my harm?
It's level 1 harm. Yeah, just clipped.
No flying for me.
Mm-hmm. And Zach's remaining rival move is to grab Dani and go back out the door into the main gallery.
Can we do anything about the rival move, or is this something Dani has to resist?
You can, unless Christine doesn't want you to.
I'm kind of ambivalent about it. I can leave.
I mean, somebody trying to take one of Misty's teammates, Misty is going to try and stop that unless you give Misty the signal to back off.
I do have to yell at him. But yeah, so I'll let you know, like, I'll handle this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in your brain.
We have the advantage of knowing that he is no longer mechanically a threat. Yeah, let's follow them right quick before we get back to the maelstrom happening in the tubes.
Could we just focus on the maelstrom for a bit? I
Are
gotta...
you composing a speech?
Shut up.
Absolutely conspiracy.
Oh, owned. Christine's wearing the hot dog costume now.
I feel like Christine is often wearing the hot dog costume. Let's be real here.
All right, who's going to do what here? You have several of these, like, 6-foot-tall drones that are now actively attacking all of you, now that the Baron's got eyes on you again, and Artemis Mayflower here in a full-size Avi, only partially occupied by the Alpha team of rovers.
I think we just need to get away from Artemis is the real thing here. We could try and fight her, and that would be fine. It's just, I don't think it would be that fun as a player, personally. How are Aviator and Chatter, are you feeling?
I could take her.
Hell yeah, Basil! Get her ass!
Misty's already looking for a way to leave and let this be a distraction that gets us out of here. So that's Misty's instinct. Is let them fight it out, and then we'll go finish what we're doing.
Well, you know.
But if Basil starts tossing grenades or something, then
You're gonna probably want to immediately cut to the elevators.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best option here if you're trying to do this.
Trying to leave?
No, trying to fight her.
Oh.
If that's what you want to do, you're gonna have to just immediately cut to using the that item.
Oh, right, the grenade. Yes. Okay.
I bet you have some explosive firepower under your belt that could handle a mech.
I mean, I do.
You got many options.
Step 1, the impenetrable darkness cloud to hide my movement. Step 2, hit him with those grenades.
All right. That impenetrable darkness cloud sounds like a setup action to me.
How about this? You give me the darkness, and I'll set you up with a
That's so
prowl,
true.
because you're not good at that.
That's true.
Because if Basil just says, "Let's take her," Hex is like, "Fine."
Basil hands you whatever can you crack to make the darkness powder, the darkness cloud.
Throw the darkness cloud, and then I immediately turn on my. I put the hood up of my cloak, and I vanish in the darkness. Okay, let's prowl. Dog, we're not even close to the actual thing. Those are only 3 dice.
That's a 6.
Yes!
That's a 6. All right. We now have a cloud of impenetrable darkness, partially in and partially out of this hallway. Basil, what you gonna do?
Basil is going to get up close to the mech, under cover of this darkness, and slap. Let's, just to be safe, slap 2 grenades on it.
Ooh, rich.
You should put it, around her thrusters or whatever. Because if we just push her out...
This Avi has 4 legs. It does need at least 3 of them to stay upright.
Oh, you know what? That is true. I could just slap 3 of them, all 3, because it's 3 uses. All 3 of them onto 1 leg each.
You can use 1 use for this, right? I don't think you need to expend all 3 uses for...
Just kind of partially sink the mech into the floor.
Yeah, I'll give you great effect if you use 2.
Ooh.
If you only get 1 leg, it could just rip it off and keep going. If you get 2 of them, though, it's going to be a real problem.
Do you want position or effect? I kind of think I should give you effect because we got 3 uses of that thing. And if it doesn't work, we maybe want to have more uses.
That's true. I guess I'll take effect.
Yeah.
Desperate great.
I'm going to use Tactical Genius. I'm giving you another die, and I'm lowering the position to risky.
I'm rolling 4 dice now, and I got a 6.
Yes, you did. Only one of the 3D dice showed up on screen.
Yeah, I was going to say, on my screen you rolled 1 and it was a 4. I was very confused.
Never trust the 3D dice. They're the Fae. They will lie to you.
You've described this as you've slapped the Alacritus elevators onto two of this thing's legs in the darkness and gotten yourself back out. As they go off, they do exactly what they're designed to do and turn the inanimate material that they come into contact with into weird goo that just kind of sinks into the deck that it's standing on before, after a few seconds, rehardening. Zolvi's legs are now just stuck in the ground. She won't be going anywhere, but this thing's still bristling with weapons.
We kind of have to finish what we started here, unfortunately. I would prefer to not get shot on my way out with a missile.
Everybody's saying it.
Is it time for the return of our good friend Placed Explosives?
I've missed them.
I don't really care about the place explosives right now, just because we're standing right here. I am going to, pull a panel off of the mech and start doing some hacking. QQ to Aviator, my goal here is just to render the mech inoperable. Should I, set a self-destruct or something like that? What do you feel like we should do?
So the thing is, sometimes the weak point of the mech is a pilot, but other times it's the fucking heat of the machinery.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just take out the coolant, it's gonna burn itself out.
And unfortunately for a lot of people who use mechs, a lot of systems are digitized, so I don't even have to burn out the coolant. I think there's a thing in here that ejects the coolant, because there's certain emergencies where you need to get that old stuff out and be able to put new stuff in quickly. And so I just do that and then have all the vents on the mech close. This is an interface.
This is why you need a dumb obby.
This is what I've been saying from the beginning. When you dismount, you don't need it.
Welcome to the hashtag War on Mechs.
Once you dismount, you don't go back. I would love to get Scale from Thalia.
Oh, yeah. She's eager. She'll get in there. Desperate, great.
Hey, Basel, could you help me?
Absolutely.
Basel has 2 on me, so I can get a die, and I guess we'll just lower the position. 3 dice, please, for the love of God, please. Fuck!
You have unfortunately rolled a... I'm going to spend 2 of these consequences eliminating the rest of the Alpha team. She's blind firing rockets.
Can I say they eject so the mechs are down but they don't die? Is that okay?
They're no longer combat effective.
Nope, they're all slugs. You're a great GM.
Gone forever.
You see in the wreckage pictures of their families.
One of them's like, I was going to retire in a month.
A level 1 harm on Hex as he just gets bucked off. So it's just kind of jostled.
I have one more ploy here. Well, actually, I'll just take the level 1 harm. It does nothing to me. It just fills up a slot. It's just... Try turning off the heat systems.
I think Misty's been, trying to work his way around to the back of the mech, sneakily, and climb up on it to try and pull out some strategic cables.
Just...
that can disable it.
Gnawing on them like a rat. Just...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Has some clippers in the pocket or something.
Do you have any gear that's gonna help you with that?
A cane sword that I definitely brought with me.
I'm struggling to figure out a way that this could be effective at all.
Because the issue is the things that me and Basil have been doing are very much also in line with this, and we both were just shit.
Misty has goonates, and your weapons are pretty strong. You could, fire a weapon in one of the, exhausts, and maybe you'll get a lucky hit. You can flirt with Artemis and get her embarrassed, and she won't want to hurt you anymore.
Yeah, If you want to roll 0 effect.
Hey, maybe I flirt very well.
He's wearing his turtleneck.
It's not about your flirting. She's here to kill me because her partner is dead.
You never know what's going to happen in the heat of the battle.
So she needs a new partner, is what I'm hearing.
Misty really out here can love Bloom on the battlefield.
Hey, Rex. Hey, listen. Hey. I know that we don't see eye to eye, but would you mind terribly just kind of...
Is there something Misty can do as like a setup action to get Rex in there or something?
Probably. We already do have the setup of the darkness, which is gonna help. Yeah, you can just roll Rex's dice and let him. He's independent. Just like, hey man, and he'll be like, oh right.
Isn't this what you're good at?
He's been busy beating one of the smaller robots to death with like...
He has kind of just kind of been in the background of this scene, just kind of wrestling these robots, keeping them off of Misty for the moment.
I just imagine him like doing the like slap psh, 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 to the drone.
If you'd like to roll that struggle roll, it'll be 4 dice.
Struggle.
Desperate, great.
They're never going to see...
But the
big
missiles
man
randomly exploding is still a problem, you're saying?
It is. Roll the
Yeah.
6.
Get him, Rex.
Big man knows his job. Get him.
Can we say that we had him, like this, again, this is just him, like, rendering the mech unusable, right?
So the thing that's weird about a Beam Saber is that when you're standing close to it, it doesn't feel hot.
Oh, yeah! Yes! He has a Beam Saber!
Title drop.
Yeah! Give that man a laser sword! I'm being normal.
He pulls the hilt of it out of his backpack, and it's still attached to the battery in the backpack by a cable. And disappears into the darkness, and you hear a crunching, a little explosion, the sound of a mech powering down.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then he walks back out of the darkness and puts the hilt of the saber back in its holster.
Could you do that? Could you have done that the whole time?
I was a little busy.
But you could have done that the whole time.
I mean, yes, I could have done it.
We don't need to spend time on this. Listen, Twitch, we always knew what he's like.
Misty says, Rex, I'll personally buy you a bag of Cheetos when we get back.
Oh, hell yeah. Wait, you're not coming back. This is... I'm on to you.
I guess, what does Artemis do?
Her Avi is now fully disabled. So you do hear the cockpit crack open and the hatch hits the ground. She's coming out of there. We're still in impenetrable darkness, so...
Hey, Basel, could you make the darkness go away?
I don't know that's... I mean, I suppose that's not technically a power list here, but yeah, I say that's the thing I can do.
You have the option to render other alchemicals.
That's true.
Basil is not in the position where she solves
That's true.
problems.
I caused them, actually.
Yeah, I believe you do have a nullifier.
It cracks that, yeah.
I wave for Rex to go handle the small robots again. I turn off my camo, and Hex is just standing, still with a weapon in hand, but is going to face Mayflower head to head and goes you don't have to do this. I don't know you. You don't really know me, but do you really think your partner would want you to die on this planet for them? Is that really what you think they want?
I think at this point she's just completely in tears, decomposed, breathing heavily, holding a pistol in her hand, wearing nothing but her little athletic flight suit, looking at you and knowing full well that if this fight continues, she's getting plastered all over these walls. So make a roll for me. It'll have great effect.
I could roll command to make her leave, but I'm going to neuro struggle. She had her chance. I gave her a chance to walk away, and she did. And she decided that I'm just going to keep fighting. And
I was extremely under the impression that this was about to be a social role.
I think if she isn't like lowering the pistol, and because the thing you described to me is like she might still get pasted, and I'm like, if that vibe to me reads as like I'm going down fighting and not open to what you're going to say.
I very much intended it as being to mean that she's open to what you're going to say because she knows that continuing this fight ends in her death. Flat out. Period. Looking at you.
Oh, okay.
It's impossible for her to not know that, especially after what all of y'all just did to her fucking Avi. For the second time, yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Hadrian, not to spend more time on this? Would it be impossible to get her to join us? Would it be impossible to have an ace pilot on deck?
Listen up. Now, first of all,
okay.
Through God, anything is possible. Write that down in your little book. Secondly, I don't think she'd be joining you as a cohort for the rest of this mission, but maybe later in an epilogue, you may be on better terms.
Okay, I'm gonna roll command. When her body language changes, like, you came to this planet, and both you and when you and Leo got on this planet, you fucked up already. You're not fighting for anyone but for a con, for fame. That isn't anything.
The gun is shaking and starting to lower.
Can Misty give you an extra dice with a swing?
Oh, thank God, please.
You can just assist with however many connections you have with Hex.
Yes. It's only one.
Okay. That's still an extra die.
But that's all I need.
Mark 1 stress. Oh my God.
He did the slow roll off the 6 too.
Oh my God, this is another 2.
Is the situation back to desperate because the darkness is gone?
I didn't know it was desperate or risky, and I put it on risky because
I think risky is appropriate, yeah, because she could shoot, but it's just a regular pistol, and they're not in the hallway with the drones, so risky is appropriate.
Can I pitch you on something for this moment? I know it's sort of breaking the rule here of, like, you fill the clock, then the thing happens. But, like, the thing I just said was about, like, there's more to life than this. And, like, we could kind of be a little bit more fictional about this and be like, I do have to kill her. And I do it. And it's awful. Because there is a chance. And I would still take,
I'm gonna say let's give you the level 2 harm. The gun's shaking, it starts to lower, and then shaking harder, rises back up, and she pulls the trigger. Like, you can clearly see what's gonna happen. She's not listening to this logic. You're gonna take the bullet on the way to her.
Bullet wound. I could resist, but I need that stress, and I don't. I guess I have to try. If there's anything that's true about Hex in their new form, they're like, you gotta try. Oh my God!
Oh, hey, you gain a stress back.
Why wasn't it a 6 earlier? Oh.
Yeah, you've rolled a crit, so resist the damage and regain 1 stress. Take the damage to your soul, though, knowing that you have no choice but to kill this lady, because she's not going to stop. Or disable her in some way that you choose.
I guess I just roll struggle.
Risky great.
I'm not going to kill her. I am going to go to controlled standard, because I'm just going to handcuff her.
Oh my God, that's another 2. It's controlled. You can try again at risky, or you can take a different approach.
Basel lays a hand on your shoulder and says, she just needs to not follow us, right? Looks at Artemis and says, nothing personal. And then uses an adhesive to glue her to the Avi.
Okay. Put her in the glue trap.
I believe that theoretically she could get out of this before this place explodes.
I was gonna say, like, I absolutely feel like you should do this, and also we're blowing this place sky high. It's fine.
I don't know if I have to roll for that.
Someone will come
I
check
kind of
on
feel
her.
like we should maybe hand wave this and move on.
I'm inclined to
I'm
agree
begging you.
based on how many red dice are currently in the chat log. I'm going to agree with you and say that you don't have to put yourself in danger to do that, and it will be effective on sticking her in place, at least for now.
It's clearly not permanent. Like, I'm not gluing her to her by the skin or something. But she like might have to ditch her pants or something, you know?
Basil has never seen Hex like this. I think Hex is like visibly upset just because like she just wouldn't let this go. For life, for any kind of like forward movement, she just couldn't let the gun go.
Let's check out people that aren't emotionally broken. Zach has you by the wrist, Dani, going out through the gallery, or at least attempting to. And he's saying, "Fine, okay, let's just go. They're all occupied. Let's go. They'll do your mission. It's fine. We can get out of here."
Again, just telepathy, so not full sentences, more vibes, but she is basically just fucking reaming him out right now and saying like, "What are you doing here? Where are you taking me? Get your hands off of me. What the fuck is going on?" And she is dragging her heels.
I was here to help you, but it became clear that that's not welcome. So now I'm here to save you.
From what?
He stops, turns around, and says, "From yourself."
What?
And then he looks you right in the eye and says, "We're going home."
Jesus.
And you will need to resist this because this is a broadcast. The crowd around you doesn't freeze, but somebody screams and people start running.
I mean, this is going to be insight, obviously. This doesn't count as an ambush, does it? You know what? No, that...
It seems appropriate for stress. Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 2, so I take 4 stress.
The vibes are rancid all over.
Well, so here's a funny little thing that happened last session. Dani got a playbook XP, so I took a sinker. It costs 1 fewer drive clocks to permanently remove the rival as a threat. Just fully hits Dani at that moment that, like, even when this man is trying to be good, he's bad. I might have put a little bit of thought into this. I've previously asked Austin if this was okay, and I've asked Hadrian if this is okay. Because of the nature of their bond, and because of her telepathy, everything is able to coalesce into, as he is using broadcast on her and trying to seize her mind with fear, a tentacle of Dani's mind creeps up that connection and finds the place where that power lives. And she takes it away from him and takes it into herself. He can feel the cold fingers of her powers grab hold and rip it away from him. And he just feels the absence of where it was. And I feel like it's suiting that now Dani has to bear this burden and hopefully never use it. She tells him, "I have to get back to my mission. This place is not safe for civilians. You have to get out. Please don't make me make you leave." And she goes.
Is there anything that you want to happen here?
No. I just want Dani to get
His
back to
grip
the group.
is weakened, and I don't think he can talk right now. I think he's kind of just sinking to the floor and being confused and hurt.
No, I don't think he's doing great.
Because this is the first time in his adult life that he's not had that power. Or any power.
He might have empathy still, but TBD. She didn't exactly do a scalpel precision job ripping that shit out of him.
For the moment, he's just a guy.
He's still that fucking guy, but yeah.
When Dani gets back, there's a little bit of a sense of like something just happened, and that's enough to get them to like focus up and be like, okay, right, we're trying to save the city from being destroyed.
Misty, go ahead and roll me another 4 dice struggle.
What's that big man doing?
God damn it. Oh, for the benefit of people who aren't in our private chat, I just want everyone to know that Chad has posted the caption, Dani coming for your powers, and then a little clip of the guy from Jamiroquai just sliding across the ground towards the camera.
Specifically from Virtual Insanity.
From Virtual Insanity, yes. Rex is taking it to these drones. No, he's not. You've rolled a 3.
Oh,
Rex is taking 2 levels of harm from these drones. Actually, they're kind of kicking his ass.
I would like Dani to come in at this point and just fucking shove a drone into the back wall with her manacles as a resist that's about to like fucking wail on Rex.
If you want it, it sounds like prowess resist.
Prowess.
This is a battle,
this
so
is a battle.
take that +1d.
So I get a +1.
That's a 6, no stress. They were kind of kicking Rex's ass, but Dani has come in like a wrecking ball.
I help him off the floor. Okay. I was kind of picturing
fucking toddler helping up a full-grown man. Just
no. I was kind of picturing that meme of like Peppy with the lunch tray.
Okay.
Over comms, Hex just says, let's just try and get away as quick as possible. We've spent too much time here. I would like us to do a group prowl just to get the fuck away.
I was actually going to suggest that since Misty didn't really do much else, Misty maybe went on his instincts and was already sneaking away and moving ahead to like try and find a shortcut air duct to get to the control room. Or something along those lines.
An air duct that is perhaps slightly too small for these large drones to get into.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was tactical, this information, and not just that.
Not a
he's
preference.
Just been on one.
It's a strategy.
Let's cut straight through it and make it a group prowl. You're gonna have pretty good effect here. Position is risky as a group versus this group of drones.
And anyone fucks up terribly, I'll use my telepathy for the group action portion of it.
Basel succeeds. Misty rolls a 6. Hex succeeds. And Dani also rolls a 6. All right. No consequences. Y'all get away. There's no chance they can catch you. Too slippery.
I like the 2 people wearing leather, which is the like spookiest fabric known to man, just getting the prowls.
The comedy view of Rex stuffing himself into this vent.
Oh, buddy.
Dragging his backpack behind him, and the backpack is blocking all the drones from following you.
Good work, boss.
You just have to know how to treat the leather beforehand.
After a little bit of navigating through these corridors, you do come out into a large industrial room with not a lot going on in it. There's nobody in it. There are some robot arms hanging from the ceiling. There are a bunch of levers and stuff on the floor. But this is the self-destruct mechanism, and it's not electronic. It looks like a giant car transmission.
Misty readies his sword cane to just shove it right in there.
Okay.
No, you have to arm it. We don't have to set it off. I politely, psychically shove the cane down.
It's the opposite of what we're trying to do.
Pointing, Basel.
I'm totally doing the thing where like you like stretch your hands out in front of you. Which is, I think, also the thing that Basel is doing is like, all right.
We're 100% getting the shot of Basel, just like the girl from Jurassic Park saying, I know this system.
Yeah, this is definitely an engineer to work on shutting this fucking thing off. Or activating the mechanism. Explosively shutting it off, if you will.
It is dangerous. These gears are exposed and they're currently moving. They're sliding around. Engaging, disengaging. There are giant clutch plates. This thing is driving not directly the limbs of the Goliath, but it's clearly mechanically engaging the control systems in a way that would make it completely immune to electronic attacks.
That's fine, because my engineering tools are not electronic. Basil opens up the duffel bag, and there's just a lot of like, big wrenches, like all sorts of tools. But, big cars have big engines, As an engineer, what is my starting position and effect on this?
You're getting in there with your hands and your tools. Position, desperate, effect is... Well, hold on, I gotta do some math here. Standard.
Hey, Basil, do you want a funny assist?
What is your funny assist idea?
Hex reaches into their cloak and reveals that they had a pouch in there. And from their pouch, they pull out tortellini. I am using Alpha Team again. Tortellini is a saboteur. Get him, boy! Get him!
All right.
Well-trained opossum will increase your effect.
All right, desperate, great. I have 3 dice. I don't want to push myself right now because I only have 2 stress left.
Oh, babe, come here. I'm going to use my, I'm going to take your stress from you.
What's this like? This is the first time this has happened here.
I think because things are critical, it's not going to be anything long, or even Dani asking for permission doing it. Unfortunately, she's just going to be like, Basil, come here. And just like holds your face in her hands and like stares into your eyes, and you feel the stress like dissolve away from you. I'm going to take, how many stress do you have?
Let me do some quick math here. 8?
I'm going to take 4 stress
okay.
away.
As this is happening, on Basil's HUD, she just get a text that says, "Gay."
Look, I can kiss the stress away, but that's a different skill.
Wink.
I don't think it's an entirely pleasant sensation, but you feel less stress.
Would you say it's something like I'm thinking about a story I heard recently about somebody getting, like somebody at like a bar crawl where they brought like a nurse with them who gave them all like saline drips midway through, and they like re-energized?
I think it's like, you should be feeling anxious right now, but you can't access it.
The way that some people describe medications.
The vibes have been degaussed.
But she also says, you've got this. You can do this.
You know it. I'm going to push myself for 1 more die. So I'm rolling 4 dice.
And you have rolled a 6 here. Describe how you're tinkering with this thing.
This is a big engine.
Yeah, it's huge.
The thing is that it's not something like putting it in reverse or neutral or like popping the clutch or anything. You have to do a specific sequence of gear changes to initiate the self-destruct. Basil and Tortellini are both working together to like switch gears on this thing in the correct sequence. And I think this looks like externally the mech is kind of stuttering sometimes, or like a few legs are going opposite directions sometimes. Overall, this mech is still kind of going wherever the pilot wants it to, whoever's piloting this thing. But it is like beginning to look like bad stop motion.
Okay, that was desperate. Great. You've rolled a 6, which means no consequences from that roll. It is now, however, that I reveal that Baron Bastardos does have rival moves. And tampering with this part of this machine immediately sets off every possible alarm in this place. The robotic arms that are hanging from the ceiling spring to life and immediately start undoing the shit that you've done. And unless anybody does anything about it, the doors slam open to this room. The main doors, not the ventilation shaft. So I'm going to reduce your effect to limited.
Should I resist the effect reduction, or is anyone else going to do that resist?
I have stress to spend.
All right, Misty. As the sirens activate, the robot arms come to life and start flipping the levers back to where they were every time Basil leaves one.
That's adorable.
Chad, can you resist? Chad, you draw the cane sword. It's your time.
It's your time, Chad.
So I do have subterfuge. I don't know if it'll apply here, but it's to resist a consequence from suspicion or persuasion.
This isn't really a suspicion. It's just a fact that if you haven't passed the biometric scans and start moving these levers, all of the alarms are going to go off.
Okay. Misty's been like sulking in the corner because he didn't get to use his cane sword. Like rolled his turtleneck up a little bit higher. So yeah, I think Misty springs into action and tries to like lock up some gears that seem to be connected to this system.
Roll a prowess resist, please.
Does one of the arms pull out a sword of their own and start fencing with Misty?
That is a 6, so no stress, and you have resisted it. All right, the effect returns to great as Misty pokes, prods, and otherwise hampers these robot arms as they're attempting to undo Basil's work. The doors are slammed open, and there is an army of drones coming down the maintenance tubes. It's very easy to hear who's doing what.
Well, I'm not dealing with those.
Yeah, Basil, do you have more uses of your... You have more uses of your elevators, right?
How many would I have used on the mech?
Well, you used 2. I gave you the extra effect for using 2.
I gave her extra effect.
You know what? I'll just give you however many. I don't care. Whatever's left. It's either 1 or 2.
Death Blossom. Goo Death Blossom.
Dani, can you help me set these up? I'm not attacking the drones. What I want us to do is like use the grenades to like block off that door, basically.
Just create like a moat.
Yeah, like well, it's not so much of a moat; it's more like I guess it could be a moat if the drones like roll around or walk.
You've only seen them walking so far.
Bring the ceiling down.
I see. Okay,
bring the ceiling of that doorway down and like basically close it.
Before you do that, is there another exit?
There's the ventilation shaft that you came in.
Oh, right, that's true.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Say thank you to Misty for establishing that in fiction.
Thank you, Misty.
Sure. I don't. Yeah. Like there wasn't going to be
rocks fall, everybody dies.
Christine, if it's okay, I would like to do that as a group action with you because we're both very high on stress, and we should just do that way. I'll lead because I have less stress than you. If I push myself and engage a small gang on equal footing, would that be helpful here?
Certainly would.
Okay, sure. I'll push. What's the position in effect?
It was gonna be desperate standard. I'm gonna say risky standard because there's a bunch of them.
I'll take a die, so I'm rolling 2 dice.
Dani rolls a 6.
Got a 6.
Oh my god! Thank God. Now I just need to not fumble myself.
Dani's able to delicately put the grenade wherever she wants it with her telepathy, with her gun, her manacles.
Like, ooh, I'm not going to touch that.
Oh my god!
Unfortunately, Hex take 1 stress for rolling a 3.
One stress,
but no consequences.
Myself.
That's going to take care of half of this new drone horde before they even get in the room. Okay, Basil. These gears are clunking.
I have something I want to say before I roll again, which is yelling at... I don't know if there's like a screen with the Baron Bastardos AI on it or something.
Sure, yes. If you need something to yell at, it's there. Yeah.
Definitely hollering at it like, listen, you overgrown coat closet. I'm not leaving here until I fucking set this self-destruct. And then you get the fuck out of here. I don't care how it is. Exploding, downloading onto some car that passes by. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. And then, so this time I've remembered I don't have to use stress to push myself because I can spend my spark to push myself when working with technical skill.
Hell yeah, you can.
So I'm just going to do that.
Yes, thank God.
This is back to engineering. I believe is still control. Still desperate. Still great.
Yep.
4 dice.
Carlini is still helping you.
You have rolled another 6.
Let's go.
Fortunately, I am going to make somebody resist this last rival move from Baron Bastardos. His response is honorless worms crawling in the gutters, and the arms are just back to working again.
I will absolutely resist this. Gosh, I mean, the thing is like probably just like gluing the arms in place.
Yes, that would be
like, not likely.
That would be perfect, actually. Spoiler alert, you just bypassed another clock, if that's what you do.
doing that, and then just being like, I didn't even like your show anyway. Fuck off.
Oh, hit him where it hurts.
You're a bad character. I take 1 stress from this. 1
stress.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, these self-destruct armed. The Baron's now just yelling, no, 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 over and over again.
Big angry baby.
Oh, I was thinking, like, you know how I can't remember the term, like video games where they had like the video components? FMV, yeah, like an FMV game, but the footage is just looped over and over.
Just one clip of him yelling no, but it just replays on loop. Yeah, he's max headrooming at you. I'm going to say that your unbreakable glue has gotten the robot arms and the control levers, and it's not permanent, but with any luck, it'll last long enough. I would like to know how you guys get out of here.
I have a sequence idea, everyone, that I think is befitting the crew vibe. I think what we should do is we go back up the vent. We pop out earlier so we don't immediately run into the drones again. I want us to take a vehicle and then we all pile into the vehicle and we fly out of that hole that was just made. Does that work for everyone?
I have something I need to do. Dani's gonna get home her own way.
Okay. Basil, let's go,
steal a car.
Let's go steal a vehicle and fly out again.
The future adventures of Hex and Basil will be played out in Austin Ramsey's Rush Wars.
And Misty, does Misty have a plan?
Hey, Misty, you want to ride?
Misty says, fuck this place. My man's waiting for me back at home, and runs off somewhere else through a different vent and isn't seen leaving the mech.
Well, you're going to get a little telepathy message because I wanted to say goodbye to you.
Well, Misty's plan was to be lost in the mech explosion, but not really, just sneak out. So Misty might jump in the trunk of the car or something, but
you'll never know.
Like slip in, yeah.
All right.
All right, well, Dani, see you around. Don't blow up.
Misty, you get a little telepathic phone ringing. Can I come in? You have the USB?
Yep.
It was an honor to work with you. And I hope I never see you again.
I sadly have to say the same. It was great, and I'll make sure that your wish is fulfilled.
You take care of yourself, and that shirtless man, he must get so cold.
I can't wait to tell him about swashbuckling the arms. He's going to be so proud.
Have a good life.
Take care, Dani.
Anything else with Hex and Basil before you burn rubber?
Honestly, just a shot of us in the front of this limo. Basil is driving. We're eating Cheetos.
Oh, right. Basil turning back to the duffel bag that is in the back seat and being like, fuck. Pulls out the AR decoy and activates it with the homing beacon on so that it will go back to the 86 base.
Uh-huh. I see.
Which is, of course, part of my big disappearing plan, although I think...
All official records, Basil returned to base.
I think Hex gets a phone call. Adrian, did you name that character I asked you to name for the face of the...
They are Samori Jade.
Are they... I guess they're like probably Rhett Royal's partner, probably. Yeah, I think the phone call is just like... Samori's just like, we cleared everything out. And there's just a shot of the base and... anything they could pull up, any useful things that they could pull up, they took. And they just, the last shot just like, what is it when Looney Tunes just like, they like close in on someone before fading away?
Like the circle fade.
Like, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's just the circle fade, but it lands on Tortellini eating Cheetos.
Also, I want to call out this Samori Jade art. Whatever you used as your base, clearly a very good picture.
Yeah, it's a good photo. Shout out to unsplash.com for basically all of the character art for all of CalazCon. Dani in the limousine hangar with Rex.
She asks Rex, so how are you getting back to base? You got a parachute in there?
I'm going to be real with you. As the GM, I expected the players to solve this problem.
Would you like me to be nice in this moment? I have 1 load left. Or no, sorry, parachute is 2 load left. 2 load, fuck.
Wait. I think I have...
I can pull
Let me
out
check my
something,
sheet.
but
Oh, no, I'm just asking for Rex. I know how I'm getting down.
Okay. I thought Dani was like, how the fuck am I leaving here? And I was going to be like, Basel left you a parachute?
No, I have plenty of load left, but thank you.
I guess he like slaps his backpack and says, "Got a grapple unit in here."
Hell yeah. All right. I gotta make a pit stop. She's not gonna let Zach get blown up. I assume he is where she left him.
Yeah. He hasn't had any reason to move.
Well, no hero's death for you. Slinging him over my shoulders in a fireman carry. I'm jumping out that hole in the mech, and I'm using my manacles to, be... fundamentally, I'll take off a parachute or a grappling hook or something, but she is just, has one hand on the mech, and she's using
Spider-Man
it to...
swinging?
Not swinging. Just sort of
Is it sliding?
Yeah, sliding down with enough grip that she can control
sick as
her
hell.
descent. And, she's dropping him off at med tent. She's going back to base, which has now been ransacked.
You can hear the wind blowing through it.
That's fine. She can rebuild.
Rex drops his backpack behind you and says, "Well, I guess I'll start on the requisition forms."
She clasps his back and says, "Yeah, I'll help you with that, buddy."
Thanks for listening to CalazCon. This episode was edited by ScienceBird. You can find them on Twitter as @Vetero. That's VETARO. Sound balancing for this episode was done by Christine Blight. You can reach her for voice acting at cvblight@gmail.com. The show's music is by Devin Nelson. You can find them on all social media at Devin Decibel. If you'd like to support CalazCon, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/CalazCon. Please tell your friends about the show too. Remember, all glory to Calazar.